Welcome to the Leadership Spark podcast, where we equip you to be the great leader your people deserve. This is Corey, and today I want to talk about the type of team you want to build if you're a leader. And one of the core responsibilities that you have as a leader is to build a team. Now, we throw the word team around a lot. We refer to a lot of different groups of people as teams, but at the end of the day, they're just groups of people. They're not really functioning as a team. Now, the challenge for you as a leader is to get a group of people to come together to really function as a high-performing team so that they are collectively moving towards a common goal. They have authentic relationships. They pursue healthy conflict. They harness the brilliance of everyone in the room. Excellence becomes a habit instead of a value. All these things that make up an extraordinary team are things that you see start to happen in the context that you're leading in, and the people that you're leading actually form into a team that delivers high performance results. Ultimately, that's the goal that you have as a leader. And so what I wanted to share with you is that there's a certain type of team, or I want to give you an illustration of a type of team that you want to build. And it's coming from the sports world. The sports world is an easy place to go pull teams because pretty much to some capacity, every sport is a team sport. Even golf at times is a team sport in certain events. And so this idea of forming a team and this idea of the connection to team and sports is something that goes together. And so I wanted to share with you my favorite type of sports team because I think it's the sports team that translates the best into what we're trying to build in the workplace. And so there are certain types of teams, like a baseball team, for example. You could play a position on the field and you rarely see the ball, or you rarely have the opportunity to influence the game because of the position that you play. If you have kids, they play youth sports, youth rec league baseball or baseball, you could, and they're stuck in the outfield, they could go an entire game without the ball ever being hit to them. And so they don't have any opportunity to influence the outcome of the game because of the position that they play inside the team that they're on. But there is one type of sport where the team concept is phenomenal when it comes to what we're trying to create in the workplace, and that is the sport of football. Now, think about this. On an offensive team, on the field at any given time, offensively, there are 11 players. Every team has 11 players on the field playing offense every single play, unless they're making a mistake. But within those 11 players that are on the field, every single person has a unique role and a unique responsibility. They have a unique role that they play. They're the left guard, they're the center, they're the quarterback, they're the wide receiver, they're the tight end, they're the running back. They have this role that they play. And every single play that's called, there's a unique responsibility that they have. It's different than the person to their right or to their left. And this idea that if everybody understands their role and everybody understands their responsibility, and they execute their responsibility every single play, and all 11 players do that, it puts you in the position for the most success if you do that. Now, if one player decides that they don't like their role, they would rather have another teammate's role, or if someone decides that, hey, this play, I'm just going to take it off. I'm not going to actually execute my responsibilities and rest. If one player misunderstands the play that's being called and they don't execute their responsibility, or one player makes a mistake, when those things happen in the context of football, bad things can happen to the team. And so it's the same in the workplace, is that every single person on your team has a role. Every single person on your team has a responsibility that you are expecting them to own every single play that's called. And so that's such a great metaphor and illustration of what we're trying to build in the workplace, is this idea of a team, an idea of clarity when it comes to role, clarity when it comes to responsibility, accountability peer-to-peer on every single play that's called, encouragement, celebrating, championing every single player when plays are called, to be able to go execute your play and execute your responsibility to the level that's expected. And if everybody on the team does that, you put yourself in a position to be the most successful that you can be. And so that's the challenge for us leaders, is how do we make sure that we're creating a team like that? And a lot of it comes down to clarity and trust. Those two things. Is everyone clear on the role and responsibility? And do you trust the person next to you to execute theirs when the play is called? And if you have those two things, then you put yourself in an advantageous position to be successful as a team. And so I want to encourage you as a go and do to think about this idea of your team as a football team. Are people clear on their role? Are people clear on their responsibility? Are people holding each other accountable? Are people encouraging each other along the way? Are you being very clear on the play that's called so that there's no confusion of the play that's being run as the leader. And if you do those things, you'll put yourself in a position to be successful, and you will actually move a group of people into being an extraordinary team.